atau yang
Itu aja. Barangkali orang bayar cut kan. Mas, kursinya
So you want to have Wi-Fi?
biar enak.
Yeah, man. Or you want USB? Yeah, I have this.
Yeah, the gift. It's for the gift. That's a gift. Can't do that.
I don't know how to explain. Just enjoy it over there.
Yeah. No, they want to show it to you that they
It's a
can
good day.
hunt.
Yeah,
Good day. It's a gift. Wednesday always bring bird, squirrel, baby rabbit,
Yesterday,
possum.
The other day he got spoiled. I guess he couldn't fight. He basically break it open.
Yeah. That's because they think we a big cat cannot hunt.
Yeah.
So they're just like a gift. Look, I can give it to you. Every day. But now we have a Wednesday not there anymore. There's two cats, Kiki Phuket. So we have stray cat. Stray cat always in the back porch.
Yeah.
And never get in.
Yeah.
It's too old. So even the bird, if the bird sits, is
You don't care.
he doesn't care. And then the possum come every night eating his food that he doesn't get. But there is one cat, orange cat, always come there. He fight it. He fight him.
Territory.
Yeah, territory. So I get this one. I mean, possum is big, right? You can just kill it and bring it like this inside the house, and Maya was screaming. It's still alive, though.
Yeah, sometimes he catch things. He again he knows how to do it. Sometimes
Yeah,
he
it's
lies,
good.
sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Focus enough?
Yes.
Yes.
Jason.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
Tired, but I'm good. How
Yeah,
about you?
good. So the school back this week.
For me, I had to go to school August 5th.
August 5th.
Yeah, because I work downtown. I work like at Atlanta Heights.
I see. But you're gonna start it when?
I'm teaching a second grade.
No, when's gonna? The 5th, right?
Yeah, the 5th.
Yeah.
The 5th is like when we come back. The kids don't come back to like the 8th or something.
Oh, it's not public school.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I'm.
It's
sorry, private school.
private. That's why the schedule is different.
Mhm.
I see. Yeah, Panji started what first, right?
Yeah, first. Yeah,
August
he told
1st.
me he's doing first. Yeah, which is
What,
that's
what grade are you teaching?
second grade.
Second grade?
Second grade elementary.
Private school.
Yes, sir.
So how you define you? Are you liberal, conservative, strict? or
Strict teacher.
where the
Well, I'm a teacher in America, particularly I'm a Black American teacher in America, so I tell kids the truth. That's how I live, mashallah.
Okay, what?
That's how I live, mashallah. Okay,
good.
all right. I tell kids the truth.
And one of the kids have asked, why they killed Martin Luther King Jr.? Did they ask you that?
Well, I just say to them, well, you can Google the man that murdered Martin Luther King used to be a Marine, just like the guy who killed JFK. Just, you know what I mean? So you can connect the dots, you know? So there you go. And, you know, and the FBI killed Brother Malcolm. So, you know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you want to do your own research.
Yeah, they need to be critical, not just to ask to find the answer
Yes,
by
exactly.
themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? They shoot him because he's black.
Mhm.
You still go to MRI every Friday?
No,
Mm.
seeing that case
Mm.
happen. You know what happened? Right?
Not really.
The chaplain got
Got change it, I think something else or
the
something.
chaplain got dismissed very dishonorably.
I see.
So I'm communicating with the new chaplain. So I persuade him to ask him direct question. So make sure that I know exactly what from him. So I said what school of faith you subscribe, what Aqidah school you subscribe, what the structure of Holy Prayer, and all the you call the previous chaplain.
Mm.
The first question is that it's Hanafi, okay, and second one is Majuri, okay. Then the Friday prayer, I asked like what woman, man behind all that. He just said one khutbah, one adhan. The fourth question that we haven't yet called. So then I respond, thank you so much. I said, with one khutbah, one adhan. That is very far away from, very different than the standard Hanafi. I just tell him that it might have create problems, create disharmony. And then, so the first two Fridays, we make one azan, one after my email. Then the third Jama, he email me. I change it to khutbah to azan. So hopefully people will be united. So I don't respond.
Mm.
So try to invite, not directly but indirectly, try to friend people like, because he knows I was helping with traveling. So he wants to create like a list of khatib,
Okay.
because sometimes he have to travel. I didn't bite it. I just leave it alone. But if he asks me directly, then I will tell him, I plan to tell him so I've been with the Emir like nearly like 30 plus years.
Very literally.
So I said, and I with the chap, the previous chap, really everywhere you go in the Emirates, especially with something to do with the Islam, everything is fingerprinting. Everywhere you go, the Friday prayer itself is his effort, like an official. I mean, we both design.
Sini Assalamualaikum. Oh yeah.
So I said, I can only, I don't feel comfortable to go to institution where of all faculties, the faculty of this faculty, religious life. The way it was dishonorable and the charitable is unjust. So I will consider joining if they invite previous chaplain. You cannot even come to everyone.
The previous.
Every person he has to strip down. Because they will ask you to enter Sunnah.
Ah. Yeah.
And I saw the video. They make by Gaspar during the promotion of the campaign.
Yeah.
The student, he has to console our student, one student, and then they no videotaping, no recording. One of them actually was an Israeli spy. And very religious, Alhamdulillah. You don't even know when you look at the video, you don't understand what is this. And you realize that his name is Omar. And they used it. And then the dean of that video, like, use that video. If you don't agree, we will investigate.
Yeah. This is like
Right.
this, and then and then you get the
Everything.
yeah.
Keep up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
In front of his house.
This is what?
In front of his chaplain's house.
Oh, I know this guy.
But this
He's
For the group? So 10 of them.
in the previous one, right? Oh yeah.
that's what the Zain is done.
Hmm?
That's what Zain is done to him.
Yeah.
Wow. In front of his house. In front of CBC.
pindahin.
Di sini boleh.
Iya bisa.
Oh, 74. Panas lah. Panas. Oh, turun aja.
Posisi lagi nggak ada orang.
Sini kan?
Mungkin banyak. Iya, alhamdulillah. Nggak apa-apa.
Orang panas ah.
Ready?
Ya. Ya. Wait. Mas Teguh. Udah siap belum katanya? Ya.
Share di keluarga. Literatif. Ini. Oke. Hah? Udah tinggal literatif. Oke. I got you.
Azaibi, we can start.
Hah?
Iya, iya.
Ya, bisa.
Ya. Ya.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. Hello everybody. I hope all y'all having a fantastic day, a blessed day today. Thank you for coming to this gathering, and let me give you the itinerary of today. We will have Quran Tilawah by Hassan Ibrahim, translation by Imam Aga, Georgia. And we will have a recitation of Ratib al-Haddad, led by Brother Azaibi. And also an Islamic talk by Brother Azaibi for 45 minutes, Q&A for 15 minutes. And also we will have dua as well. So thank you, and let's have a wonderful day.
Hah?
Surahnya pakai apa? Surah nggak oh, any specific surah?
Ankabut first 11.
Al-Ankabut, verse 11.
Oh. Yes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولا يعلمن الله الذين آمنوا ولا يعلمن
11 ayat.
1 sampai
1 sampai 11 ya.
Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Mim. أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون ولقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فليعلمن الله الذين صدقوا وليعلمن الكاذبين. أم حسب الذين يعملون السيئات أن يسبقونا ساء ما يحكمون. من كان يرجو لقاء الله فإن أجل الله لآت وهو السميع العليم. ومن جاهد فإنما يجاهد لنفسه إن الله لغني عن العالمين. والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لنكفرن عنهم سيئاتهم ولنجزينهم أحسن الذي كانوا يعملون. ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حسنا وإن جاهداك لتشرك بي ما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لندخلنهم في الصالحين ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله فإذا أوذي في الله جعل فتنة الناس فإذا أوذي في الله جعل فتنة الناس كعذاب الله ولئن جاء نصر من ربك ولئن جاء نصر من ربك ليقولن إنا كنا معكم أوليس الله بأعلم بما في صدور العالمين وليعلمن الله الذين آمنوا وليعلمن المنافقين صدق الله العظيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته
وعليكم السلام.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Alif Lam Mim. Do men think that they will be left alone on saying, "We believe," and that they will not be tested? When we did test those before them, and Allah will certainly know those who are true from those who are false. Do those who practice evil think that they will get the better of us? Evil is their judgment. For those whose hopes are in the meeting with Allah, in the hereafter, let them strive. For the term by Allah is surely coming, and He hears and knows all things. And if any strive with might and main, they do so for their own souls, for Allah is free of all needs from all creation. Those who believe and work righteous deeds, from them shall we blot out all evil that may be in them, and we shall reward them according to the best of their deeds. We have enjoined on man kindness to parents, but if they either of them strive to force thee to join with me in worship anything of which they have no knowledge, obey them not. You have all to return to me, and I will tell you the truth of all that you did. And those who believe and work righteous deeds, them shall we admit to company of the righteous. Then there are among men such as say, we believe in Allah, but when they suffer affliction in the cause of Allah, they threaten man's oppression as if it were the wrath of Allah. And if help comes from my Lord, they are sure to say, we have always been with you. Does not Allah knows best all that is in the heart of all creation? And Allah most certainly knows those who believe, and as certainly those who are hypocrites. Sadaqallahul Azim.
Astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. أستغفر الله أستغفر الله أستغفر الله أستغفر الله أستغفر الله أستغفر عظيم الذي لا يوحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له
وأنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وصل عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد. اللهم صل عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد. اللهم صل عليه وسلم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد نبيا. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد نبيا. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد نبيا. بسم الله والحمد لله والخير والشر بمشيئة الله. بسم الله والحمد لله والخير والشر بمشيئة الله. بسم الله والحمد لله والخير والشر بمشيئة الله. آمنا بالله واليوم الآخر تبنا يوم الله والظاهر. آمنا بالله واليوم الآخر تبنا إلى الله والظاهر. آمنا بالله واليوم الآخر تبنا إلى الله والظاهر. يا ربنا واعف عنا وامح الذي كان منا. يا ربنا واعف عنا وامح الذي كان منا. يا ربنا واعف عنا وامح الذي كان منا. يا ذا الجلال والإكرام مثل الإسلام. 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 يا قوي يا متين في شر الظالمين. يا قوي يا متين في شر الظالمين. يا قوي يا متين في شر الظالمين. أصلح الله المسلمين صرف الله شر المؤمنين. أصلح الله المسلمين صرف الله شر المؤمنين. أصلح الله المسلمين صرف الله شر المؤمنين. يا عليم يا كبير يا عليم يا قدير يا سميع يا بصير يا لطيف يا خبير. يا عليم يا كبير يا عليم يا قدير يا سميع يا بصير يا لطيف يا خبير. يا عليم يا كبير يا عليم يا قدير يا سميع يا بصير يا لطيف يا خبير. يا فارج الهم يا كاشف الغم يا من يعطي يغفر ويرحم. يا فارج الهم يا كاشف الغم يا من يعطي يغفر ويرحم. يا فارج الهم يا كاشف الغم يا من يعطي يغفر ويرحم. أستغفر الله رب البرايا. أستغفر الله من الخطايا. 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 لا إله إلا الله. 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 لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وأشرف وكرم ومجد وعظم ولو أهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين وسائر الأحياء المهتدين والتابعين لهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس الفاتحة فإلى الصالحين ولدينا سلمنا من مسلم المسلمات أن الله يغفر لهم ويرحمنا بسر وبركاته وإلى حضرة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الفاتحة أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اغفر الجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار اللهم اغفر الجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار اللهم اغفر الجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلاة تخرجنا بها من الأهوال والآفات وتبدلنا بها من الحاجات وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات وترفعنا بها عندك على درجات وتبلغنا بها أقصى الغايات من الخيرات وأجب الممات ربنا ارحمنا ومنكم Alhamdulillah, Allah accepts our zikr, our imperfect zikr with the perfect reward from His perfect generosity. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, نستعين ونستحيي ونستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والحادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى حق قدرك مقدار العظيم. Alhamdulillah, we are now in the 21st day of Muharram. So it's a good thing, because part of taqwa is we have to be conscious about our time and space. So there is a reason, as we discussed, Allah chose this Muharram, and Muharram always connected to Hijrah because one after the other. But the Hijrah itself, the Hijrah, when we say the Hijrah is the Hijrah of Muhammad Islam, it's not in Muharram. We will see in a moment. So let's remind ourselves, the reason why we do this is to remind each other about our own history and about who we are, where we came from, and above all, try to understand who Allah is and who Muhammad is, and who are the companions of Muhammad, and how he lived life. But Islam is not something theoretical. Islam is a practical aspect and relevant, timeless. That's why I like to put a statement that Muharram Hijrah, timeless meanings and relevance to our life. The moment we cannot connect to the Muharram, we don't have no meanings, then we have problem. Let me put my timer first. Alhamdulillah. First, go to the next slide, please. Muharram, the four-letter word, but let's go examine. Muharram is the mu usually is the doer, like Muslim is the one who submits. Salama is to submit. Muslim is the one who doing it. Muslim, it's a noun. So this is a noun, the name, of course, the noun, the name of the month, right? And next slide. So we can dissect it into the word, the original word is harama, to forbid, to prohibit. Haram, everyone knows haram. Like for example, Aibatul Haram. What is that? Aibatul Haram.
The house, sacred house.
When we say Al-Baytul Haram, what does it mean? Makkah, house of Makkah. Masjid Haram is the same thing. But Al-Baytul Haram, we call it the masjid and the what do you call this? The Kaaba. Al-Shahr al-Haram. Shahr al-Haram, Shahr al-Month. The month is Haram. 4 months, second month. So, second month, in Arabic, we call it Shahr al-Haram. Quran uses that language. Not what the haram months, literally. Next slide. So, first we have to orient ourselves, our own calendar, right? So, we are now in Muharram. We are in like January. So, Muharram is the January for Muslim calendar. And what are the second month? Muharram. Number 2. No. The second month. Muharram, Rajab, Dhul Qa'dah, and Dhul Hijjah. So the Dhul Hijjah, Dhul Qa'dah, and Muharram are combined. Like they are after one another. Right? And Dhul Qa'dah and Dhul Hijjah is classical, and Muharram classical for in the old time before the Rasulullah is a month of Hajj. Because Haram means, as we discussed, I will get into this, but these are the months, and Ramadan is the best month, but not second month. The best fasting is Ramadan. The next best is Muharram. Next slide. Now, the 12 months, interestingly, Allah described. Allah described. He himself put 12 months in the year. Right? Of course, the months here is not including the January, February. We're talking about Muharram, Safar, and so on. The Islamic months is the original. Now, and Allah chose themselves. The 4 is sacred. The Muharram, Rajab, Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah. In other words, put in one word, in a phrase, Allah choose the time, the worth of time and space of His creation. Next slide. In this case, the Shara Haram, you cannot kill. You cannot kill. That's the first thing. You cannot kill. Therefore, classical, before Islam, before Muhammad Sallallahu, let's say a person, a family, the father of someone family killed the father of another family, right? Now, in the second month, both of them doing tawaf. It does not matter the way they do tawaf is naked or not, it doesn't matter. But they do tawaf in this month. The son of the one that victim, the one the father could die, even killed unjustly, he cannot touch the killer in the month of Muharram to show the sanctity of this month, even Quraysh. So therefore, this month is meant like a peace, like no bloodshed and so on. But of course, when the Islam came, it had the ruling, as we say in a moment. Next slide. So again, this is a summary. No jihad. Now, because of the second month, the good deeds have higher weight, higher value. But the sin also higher liability. And the exaltation of worship is one of them. What I mean is that we should go into the moment, like the fasting of what does it mean by in the Muharram. Next slide. So this is like some of the aspect. Allah chose among the best of His creation. In other words, Islam teaches us hierarchical thought process. In other words, if you are given, like in the room here, who is oldest, who is youngest? Islam always recognizes it. Hierarchy doesn't, like everyone has the same rights, but the same right before the law. Right? Everybody has different rights. Parents have different rights, children have different rights. In this case, Allah gives specifically His choice. For example, angels, the best angels are the messengers. Jibreel is the best among the angels. Right? There are many angels, not just messenger, Jibreel. Jibreel is the messenger. There are messenger of rain, messenger of risk, messenger of every risk. They have these angels. Among mankind, the best is Rasul, including of course, and the best of Rasul is Muhammad. Look at the mankind, we have messengers. Messengers above Nabi, prophets. Right? Prophets, there are 240,000 or so. Messengers, there are 25. Among the 25, the elite among them 5. Among the 5, Muhammad is the Imam. That's a hierarchy. So that's Islam taught us to process, and sometimes that the West try to, no, all of us are equal. No, we are not the same. Like as we understand, the people of that Hijrah are not the same that people didn't do Hijrah. We honor the companion, they are human beings. Why you honor them so much? Because Allah asks us to honor them. Because we love them, so we honor them. Space. The best space in the world is mosque. What is the worst space? Marketplace. Including Wall Street. I mean it. Right? That Wall Street is a marketplace. It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't mean you wear a three-piece suit is a monopolist. No. It depends what is the place. So Allah declared it. Like this masjid is better than we have a clinic, now we have temporary clinic in the Johnson Ferry. Opposite of our university is called the Johnson Ferry Baptist Church. It's huge. It's huge. There are many evolutions there. Yeah. Huge. In the eye of Allah Ta'ala, this masjid is higher. That Johnson Ferry Church is nothing compared to this masjid. So don't be mistaken about the value, about the space. It depends what Allah defines. Mosque, the best mosque is the Haram, is the Nabi, and the Aqsa. If you pray, if you have a choice, if you're in a dream, you are invited azaibi, okay, where you want to go today? I hope I said, but Masjid Haram. As much as I love the Aqsa, I have to go to Masjid Haram. So that is this chronology. Because why? Muhammad Sallallahu loved Masjid Haram. As we see later in the Hijrah, he loved Masjid Haram. Months, the first second month. So everything there is Allah chose, some of it Allah chose. Now what the relevant of this is, when Allah says, when the father dies, when the daughter is given first the property, but the son is left over, but the son have to pay twice, who said that? Allah said that. So we obey. It's just like he said, for my second, Samyana wa ata'na. If he says certain thing, the law, Samyana wa ata'na. You follow me? It's the same attitude. Next slide. Now, one of the beautiful things about Muharram is it compels us to go back to history. And the history of no one except the history of the biggest ummah, the close ummah than us. This is the Bani Israel. We cannot avoid it. So that's why we have to be careful when discussing about this, the political issue about right now. We have to understand, you cannot take away from the chosen people of Bani Israel. They are the only people Allah sent the prophets from Ibrahim a.s. until Jesus a.s. Every time the prophet died, they will replace him. You can interpret it the other way, because they are so bad, they are so imperfect, the prophet needs to be present all the time. Muslim, Umar, Muhammad, only one prophet. One. Nobody else. And our message is preserved until today. But this story of when we are in the Muharram, we have to read this story. The story about Allah saved the Bani Israel from the Pharaoh, right? And we love them all. We love them. They are Muslims. So part of Muharram, that's right, is because of that calendar. Number one, what is so special about Muharram? It's the first month of the Hindu calendar. It's our calendar. Second month is the month of Allah. Allah declared it. Now, when Rasulullah went to Hijrah, he found that Jewish was fasting in this particular time Muharram. So this is before Ramadan was legislated. So Rasulullah made that time is fasting. The faith is been loose. That's why if you go to the, we have discussed before at ayat 183, 183. Ya allazina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam. Next verse, the next verse is about command of fasting. But that is about that fasting. You have a choice. If you don't want to fast, okay. But after that, there's a Ashhurul Haram, Ashhurul Ramadan. That becomes the fasting of Ramadan. That is a different fasting. So Muharram, we are recommended to fast on the 10th because that connected to the month of forgiveness. Because if you fast on the 10th of Muharram, your sin, the minor sin of the previous year, Allah forgive. People argue, it's not minor sin. Minor sin is dangerous. Consistently in doing minor sin become bigger sin. So minor sin is big deal. And because Rasulullah said, if he said, like, I hope Allah will expiate me the previous year, was fasting then Muharram. So it's a big deal. Now, why Muslims fast 9-10 or 10-11 or 9-10-11? This is very interesting. Rasulullah literally he didn't fast except 10. But before he died. This again, the status of companion. Right? Companion are thinking people. They say, Ya Rasulullah, because the Jewish are with them in Medina, and they experienced what they did. Right? And then they said, Ya Rasulullah, if we fast on this, you're not like Jewish. Right? Rasulullah said, if I paraphrase it, if I alive next year, I will fast on the 9th. He speculated. Therefore, Sunnah considered as thing that Moses did it, but he want to do it. You follow me? So he want to do it, and therefore we become fasting on the 9th. But scholars then expand that understanding of 11. So you have three choices to do fasting in the adab of fasting of Muharram. 10 first choice, priority. Or you want extra credit, 9 and 10. Or second choice as extra credit, 10, 11. Even supra credit, 9, 10, 11. According to Ibn Qayyim. You follow me? So this is, so our people that say, I'm not going to do anything Rasulullah didn't do. Because stupidity, is arrogance. So just like people call everything is a bid'ah, because there's no Quran, there's no Sunnah about that. These people basically misunderstand, arrogance about, don't understand about the usul fiqh. The usul fiqh is a science of how to do like law. Yes, Quran and Sunnah is the primary source of law, but there are other 8 or 9 secondary source of law. One of them included the speech of the companion. For example, we do azan, because of Uthman al-Ma'an. We do tarawih in masjid because of Omar al-Ma'an, right?
Yes.
So there are many sources of law, there are secondary, and these are many modernist Muslims, including a PhD Islamic study in a secular institution, don't appreciate. So they say, there's no Quran Sunnah, I'm not going to do it. Or they want to feel like they're pure, better Muslim, because Muhammad Sallallahu did one khutbah, one azan, and going to Friday prayer, one azan. Our masjid is very special. You follow Rasul Sallallahu to the T. You only one azan. They forgot that Muhammad Sallallahu follow my companion. So this kind of problem that we are facing because of this lack of humility. And it's well known. So this is Muharram is the month to reflect. When we talk about Musa, we have to reflect about Pharaoh. Don't get so obsessed about Musa and his people. I have to know whether I'm a Pharaoh in my own life. I have to do that. So don't just get excited, oh, I'm lucky, I'm like the companion of the Musa al-Salam. No, I'm going to show. Later we will see what is not everything hunky-dory during Muhammad's time, as we see in a moment. And also traditionally, Muharram, because it's a second month and the first calendar, even during Muhammad's time, the Hijrah was designed, called after or before Rasulullah died. The Hijrah calendar, Hijrah calendar is after he died. But he traditionally in the Sunnah, it's not wajib, it's a Sunnah, is a hukum, right? To collect, to pay your zakat in first Muharram. Because of it's the month of Allah, the month a lot of reward. That's usually people forget, but it's in the Sirah. Next one. And of course, it's a month of seeking forgiveness. and not with good behavior. And there are stories in the past in the text. For example, there is this bandit. This bandit, highway bandit. He does all the crazy things. But in the second month, he go to the mosque and stay in the mosque. That is happy. Allah actually said him in the after. This through the hadith of Rasulullah. So second month, and of his respect of the second month. Because Allah does what He wish. You cannot just say, but he's a bandit. He's just Allah does whatever He wish. Allah knows, right? So that's what happened to him. So my point here to raise that is an example is that a person that has some imperfection, but he loves what Allah loves, enough for him to go to paradise. Next slide. Now we'll go to hijrah. Hijrah from the word hajara is a verb. Mean to emigrate, to dissociate, to separate, to leave, to abandon, to be away from the country. It's hijrah. The literally meaning of the hijrah. And next slide. Al-hijrah, this alif lam, become a noun. There are two things when you put alif lam in front of hijrah like this. That one is noun, from a verb become a noun, especially with ta marbuta now, right? There's a alif lam and ta marbuta is a sign of noun. If you will recite the Quran, that's where the noun is. Now, referring, number one, referring to the hijrah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We call that also the hijrah. The first hijrah is to the Najus in Abyssinia, right? Actually, Najus is the title, so his name is Ashami. Radu anhu, because he's a Muslim. He died as a Muslim, and he is the only in the Sunnah. Rasulullah pray Salat to Janazah ghaib because of him. Now, this quiz, now in 2024 AD, right? What year of now, calendar of Muslim? 1446, right? But if you minus 2024 minus 62, it's 1,402 years. Where is the 444 missing? Why? It's mathematically not right.
Yeah.
So what happened? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It happened in 62 to AD. Now it's 2224 AD. Literally, right? If you minus 224 minus 262 become 1,402 years. But why we are now 1,446 years Hijrah? It's a Muslim doesn't know mathematics. What's wrong? What's wrong? Why we say 446? I give you a clue. Sun and the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The periodic of a sun is not the same as the periodic
Yeah.
of
The Gregorian calendar follow the sun. The Hijrah follow moon. Moon can only maximum 30 days. That's the reason why we know how to calculate. So because we follow the moon strictly. Because it's a very classic that Muslim always regarding time, we always follow moon. But regarding Salah, we follow the sun. That's why I went to go to church. They asked me, what is the moon of? Do you believe in moon of God of moon and God of sun? For a while I was there surrendered. We don't believe God. We believe you are the God of moon and God, but we don't worship. These are two different gods. They are the same person. Then I realized, I see, because sometimes you fast, the whole world is so excited about moon. So I thought we thought you guys in Ramadan you worship the water flow. But then during the day, you like where's the sun? So I thought told you worship the sun or the sun. That's why they confused. Anyway, next slide. So to illustrate, the Medina is about 209 miles or so to the north. So the first hijrah is longer, but by the sea. So the first hijrah actually, fifth year of hijrah, go down to the Najus, right? We're talking about now the hijrah of the hijrah, the one from Mecca to Medina. Next slide. First, we have to appreciate who are people went to the hijrah, the first hijrah to Abyssinia. These are our. We love them all. We should know who they are. Uthman ibn Affan and his wife, Ruqayya ibn Muhammad. Who's Ruqayya? The daughter of the Prophet. Yeah. Uthman ibn Affan, all the Ali anhu. All these people, all these companions, none of them are slaves. All freed slaves. They are all noble men and women. They are noble men and women. Because the Quraysh did not allow any slave or any, they have a stature. They have a certain freedom to migrate, right? And many of these people, many of the companions are martyrs. All of them. And one of them, Abdurrahman ibn Auf, is the companion, the most richest of all companions. And Abu Hudayfa, all the and there are men and women, there are 4 women, there are 4 families. So, if I just for historical understanding who they are, Abu Salama or Salama. Salama is the Prophet's wife too, right? Because Abu Salama passed away. And the Layla, all the Hudayfa, Hudayfa is one that the secret keeper of the secret of the Prophet Sallallahu. Ja'far Abu Talib died. He's a cousin of Rasulullah. Mus'ab ibn Umar is the most handsome guy. Before his Islam, he was a rich family. He is the most dressed, and some texts say he never dressed more than once. His mother spoiled him. What I say is don't wear the same shirt. Every day have a different shirt. And flowing, like dragging on. When he became Muslim, he died in Uhud. He doesn't have enough clothing on his body. If you want to cover his head, his feet is exposed. If part of his feet, his upper body is exposed. That was. But how many people, the Ansar, he became the teacher of Medina Muslim. Can you imagine? Every Ansar through him. I mean, amazing. Next slide. Now we go to Al-Hijrah, the Rasul. It happened in 27 Safar, so another next weekend in the month of Safar. No, next month. Next month. Now, who involved in the Hijrah? Of course, Rasulullah, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Asma bint Abu Siddiq, Abdullah ibn Abu Bakr, Ali ibn Radhanhu, and the last 2 is non-Muslim. This is something that we have to pause. Hijrah is a momentous event. But in the team, if you call it team of Hijrah, non-Muslim involved. Therefore, the reason why I point this out is when Muslim become political. They use this certain verse of the Quran. Actually, the Islamists will accuse the non-Islamic or the secular party. You cannot, it's unallowed to make the non-Muslim as your friend because this is the verse, and so on is verse. I said, look, hijrah, non-Muslim involved. So when the ayat about do not take wali on the ground, wali is a different definition. You have to understand what wali is. And that non-Muslims had to be defined. Not, again, Islam teach us to look at the world with hierarchy. Not all Muslims the same, not non-Muslims the same, right? So we have to understand this. So let's go next slide. But the most important thing, the way I'm thinking about this, before you go to Hijrah, understand Hijrah, you have to appreciate Isra or Mi'raj. Because these are totally yin-yang, 180 degrees. What I mean is, Allah talked about Isra, this is a night journey. This is Quran, verse 1 in Isra itself, right? Isra means a night journey. In this verse, Allah talk about this is a gift to Muhammad, not to us. Now understanding this gift. This journey is not for us all. It's for Muhammad. Why? Look at that set. Baraham linuriyahu, to him, to Muhammad specific. To specific. And this journey is beyond comprehension. Journey from Makkah to Baitul Maqdis. This is Isra. But the Mi'raj from the Baitul Maqdis to the highest heaven in the Hadith. That is beyond physics. You cannot understand that. Beyond. We just accept it as is. And when Abu Bakr was asked about this, and that thing happened in a fraction of time. So some says the bait that Muhammad slept is still warm. Now it's only a few minutes. And then when he came back, of course he tell people, I went to Metropolitan Mi'raj, and the PR of the Quran, have a good day. He is the best day to humiliate him. And the best person to make this humiliation to, nothing except Abu Bakr, right? And they went over that. Do you know what your friend told us? And he tell us this. Abu Bakr, just one question he asked. Did he say that? Did he Rasulullah says that? Yes. I believe it. As-Siddiq. As-Siddiq by definition is when you accept the truth without let me think about this. No, As-Siddiq, boom. Certain. That As-Siddiq, the title under today. And his name preserved. And Quran full with As-Siddiq. His fingerprinting, Allah talk about his story, right? Now, the reason why I brought this thing in, to understand Hijrah, you have to appreciate the complexity beyond comprehension of this Isra Mi'raj. You follow me? What at second level is, Makkah and Medina is about less than 209 miles. In other words, Burak, maybe not 3 leap, not even 1 leap. He just wham, gone. Because Burak looked at the horizon, he jumped. The question is, from the people of curiosity, why Allah allow His Prophet, His Habibullah, to Hijrah totally the opposite, humanly experienced. Humanly, nothing miracle about it. There's a few miracles, But mostly 99.9% is human. There must be a reason of this. Maximum. That is the backdrop that we have to understand. So the hijrah, look at first. The hijrah, the normal route, Medina actually the part of the caravan route to go to Sham, go to the north, but the business during the summer, right? The winter they go south to the Sham, to Yemen. The green one is the easy part, the highway of the desert, right? But the hijrah follow the orange one. Those are the difficult path. In other words, the path that the Quraysh will never think about that. And if you go to the Makkah, go focus a little bit, the path actually goes south. A little bit goes south. Why south? That's the cave of Tower on the south, right? And if you have time, the planning is so human, so exquisite. The planning is amazing. Now let's go. Next one. Planning. We can discuss that. I don't want to dwell at. Some of you know the details, but the planning is essential. What is the planning example? Maybe you don't talk about. You don't understand. Prepare camels. Okay. Let me ask you a question. How many days to prepare camel for this long journey? Guess. 1 week? 1 month? 4 months. The camel had to be drink and then they give given salt. So it become thirsty, so it drink more. And they give all the fatty food, right? For 4 months. And a camel should not be allowed to work. Just hang around. Basically, eat and sleep. Until there's a second small harm on that road. That indication that fat and water are installed. That is preparing camel. Abu Bakr prepared 2 camels for that. Now, the name of the Muhammad camel is Kiswa. Abu Bakr bought it, and before he started off the journey, Ya Rasulullah, I prepared 2 camels. One of them I give it to you. What must I say? Only if I pay for it. This is good. This is something that we have to understand. The journey. Look, he's a Habibullah. This journey in 2009 let's say 200 miles, right? He just went beyond heaven from I don't know how many thousand million miles, right? He already chosen. Why he want to care the reward of the 200 miles? Compared to the 200 miles, compared to the Islam, right? It's nothing, right? Why he only won this camel if Abu Bakr sold it to him? Because he want more reward. The lesson is, do not belittle reward, good deeds. A person give you a date, take it. Because why? Rasulullah said, save yourself from the fire, even from a date, from a single date. So respect it. People give you a drink. You go to visit people's house. The father drink first, the coffee. After he finish, he give it to you. You drink. Why? Because Rasulullah, this is honoring the host. You have to understand. You have to understand the subtlety. It's Quranic. There is a verse in Hajj verses, as well as a verse in Ramadan about this command. Literally, paraphrasing it, do not belittle good deed. Good deed is good deed. You don't know which good deed going to land us to the same of for hellfire. So Muhammad show us silently through his sunnah. I give an example of a person like Bill Gates, in the morning example, Bill Gates. You give him $1. I think he will take it. But, what's $1? Who cares for a millionaire, right? He will refuse it. But Muhammad Sallallahu never refused it, never underestimate the value of that dollar. Because that dollar, so the same thing that when you're asking people for donation, for help, some people give you $1, some people give you $1,000. Do not reduce your admiration, thank, or less your thank, or just less jazakallah to the person that can give you $1, because you don't know where that $1 come from. You don't know. You don't know where that $1 come from, right? And this is something that I have to remind my management. Do not belittle a single penny. Everything penny, you have to count it in the bank. You have to count it. And don't isolate. No, a penny, you don't know where it comes from. Because the barakah might overwhelm the other thing. That barakah of one penny maybe make it, we call it game changer of the whole project, right? Now, I discussed the road from Medina. So planning. Miracles, I know the jump. You can ask the question about the miracle of Hijrah. There are miracles, but very, very minor. Next slide. The planning included, Muhammad Sallallahu doesn't do Hijrah just out of his hawa. No, he had to wait for revelation. Prepare camels. Now, Allah described this journey in the Quran. So this Hijrah is very special because Quran talked about it. Quran described it, right? This is the reason why I'm showing you this is Muhammad Sallallahu is a human being. At this moment of Hijrah, he experienced a warning and advice he was told 13 years before by Warqa ibn Nawfal. Remember when he got the first revelation? He went with his wife Khadija, our mother, that something crazy happened. They go to Nawfal. What Nawfal said? This is the same being that came to all the prophets. Right? Second, he said, if I were young and strong when your people, this moment come, he said, there's a moment come, your people will expel you. You know, before they went to see Nawfal, what Radwan, our mother Radwan, consoled the husband, Rasulullah. When he was shivering, he was scared, like something wrong, he was possessed by the devil, whatever. You know. He said, no, Wallahi, this is, nothing will happen to you because what? You feed the poor. She gives little list of things that why the Quraysh love you, right? And now we go to Nawfal. Nawfal said, there is a day, I wish if I'm young, I will help you, I'll support you. Your people will expel you. And Rasul said, what? He was shocked. He was shocked. This he experienced that advice. You follow me? He experienced it. And we the same thing happened when our father, our other people tell, if you do this, the same thing happen. Suddenly we did stupid thing. Oh yeah, my father told me that. It's the same thing. So his experience is part of education of the discovering of the destiny of himself. Next slide. Now, I want to discuss about the commandment of Hijrah. The Prophet will do Hijrah. But this is a commandment of the Muslim. Is it fard or not fard? The beginning, you have a choice. This is persuasion, the beginning. He's like, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والذين هاجروا في سبيل الله ثم قتلوا أو ماتوا ليرزقنهم الله رزقا حسنا وإن الله لهو الغفور الرحيم. There's no commandment. In other words, if you do your hijrah, if you die, you're martyrdom, right? Allah will give you basically a good reward, right? This is the beginning. 3 years later, next one. Now is a command. As an example, as a story. There are some people, Badr, what happened in second year, right? Badr, second year of Hijrah. There are some hidden Muslim in Makkah, but doesn't want to express that as Muslim because scared or whatever, love the property, and there are a lot. It's a human being. A lot of issues being tested, and some of the I say companions don't know because they are Muslim. Badr happened. Well, we have to go to Badr, correct? So they are at war on the side of Quraysh. Muslim doesn't know in the Badr, doesn't know them. But they know that they are Muslim, they believe in Muhammad. But they couldn't do hijab. And then they don't fight the Muslim, they don't kill the Muslim. But through the commotion, all this, by accident, none of them kill Muslim. But through, in war, commotion, few of them died. This is what happened. So Allah talk about that. So in other words, I'm paraphrasing it. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why? And then they answer. Because they've been persecuted. Did not the land of Allah is so vast? Move. This make this verse mandatory, wajib, hijrah. And that command remained until the conquest of Makkah. After the conquest of Makkah, no hijrah after this. Hijrah as a physics, as a verb, but not as command. Next one. Let me. I will stop there. So this is the hijrah. We are talking about the hijrah, the lesson, and I'm going to jump to the next slide. Go back, further forward. If you ask me if you want to do that, what is that particular companion? Next slide. Next slide. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. So this is my summary. So what's the meaning or relevance of the hijrah of Muharram? Number one, as anything we do, anything we study, we to know Allah, to experience Allah. I will explain that later more. What is tawakkul means? Muhammad Sallallahu Abu Bakr do tawakkul in hijrah, planning, and execute as better possible. What jihad means? Hijrah, in the literal sense, is that when you do something that makruh or haram, then you stop it, you go to something halal. You've been eating haram chicken and beef, and you want to do zabihah pig. That's hijrah, technically. And actually the hadith, the best hijrah is hijrah of stopping from doing that is disliked by Allah Ta'ala. Makruh to what He likes. So in other words, if you are abandoning the haram, that's obligatory. The makruh is what hijrah is. In other words, you have choice. So hijrah is always relevant because of the hadith. First of all, the hijrah, the most important point is hijrah of the heart. The 13 years in Makkah, nothing except for hijrah within. And then Allah gave permission to the hijrah physical. Therefore, without 13 years of Makkah, there's no hijrah. Therefore, put it bluntly in the modern Muslim, don't talk about Islamic politics. If you cannot fulfill the obligation, we never experience, we do not know what Makkah role is. We cannot do, because the only pillar of Islam in Makkah is Salah. If we cannot do Salah properly, the fruit of Salah is not being expressed, not enjoyed by other people, what you want to do about Islamic politics? You establish the fruit of Salah first. And you go back to the backdrop of Isra Mi'raj, right? What Muhammad described Mi'raj. As-salatu hijra al-mu'minin. The right for a believer is salah. Because you cannot explain it. How are you going to explain about Allah and all the things in the angel and all the real world in the Mi'raj except through salah? And better understand the Quran. Okay, this I have to. Let me rephrase this. Let me ask you a question to make sure that we understand the same level. Quran was revealed to that two kind of standing down. Allah sending down the Quran in two ways, two parts. One time in the Ramadan, one single one in Ramadan, Allah sent down the entire Quran in the first heaven, lowest heaven, correct? After that, Jibril piecemeal go to the, correct? Are we in the same boat? Did you follow me? Quran, the revelation, there are two parts. One is the whole book is brought to the first heaven. Entirety. The point is, Quran already existed, full as is. You follow me? Actually, before that, before the universe was created, it already existed, right? Okay. Everything in the Quran is already there. Now, Quran then is revealed piecemeal, depending some of them by story. We just do Hijrah verses, right? What that tells you? That is the explanation. But for some reason, not many. I go to Islamic school many times until today. Nobody used example of destiny using that. Quran existed. All the story that we talk about when we study shows Allah exactly know what will happen. Allah is Al-Alim. Allah knowledge never changes. Therefore, when we say, when something bad ever happened to me and to you, when we say, Inna Lillah, when we say Inna Lillah, if you can grasp the understanding, Allah knows that happened to me before I was even an idea. That you to hold to. I'm saying, Allah, Alhamdulillah, I'm okay. That's the, I don't know how to describe. Because of all the story that you talk about in Quran, from the beginning Adam until the end, it's already written. We can discover. So then you and I go our life and we will die. Every story, everything that we face had to be covered by that reality. If you cannot, that's the problem of the beginning of miserable. That's the whole idea about this hijrah, to understand the Quran more. Because the relationship between hadith, sirah and Quran. But nothing beats the Quran, because Quran is Allah's word. So Quran becomes the ultimate top consolation. Therefore, when the scholars say, oh, you have miserable day, say Alhamdulillah. What are you talking about? I lost everything. Say Alhamdulillah. Because if you understand what Alhamdulillah, therefore we repeated Alhamdulillah in the Fatiha, obligatory. Because everything happened around us in between the Salah, right? And therefore Salah is the pillar of everything else in our life. And that's the story of Hijrah. I stop there. I have a question and answer.
Alhamdulillah. So, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of questions online. So, everyone who wants to ask, that's good.
Sid is already. Please, his hand first. I have a question.
I think it was the first or second slide that you mentioned.
Is it on? No.
Doing
Is it on?
Assalamu alaikum. It was, I think, the first or before. Thank you very much for helping me. This is really informative. It was, I think, it was first or second when there was a slide that was talking about the understanding of hierarchy between places, holy places.
The second of the Allah choose.
Between human beings. Who's the best of the genes amongst the genes? I know the worst. The worst of
The
them.
best used to be Iblis. Iblis is the best, is the leader.
Of the genes.
Therefore, my theory is, still is, the reason why we have problem with the genes, the genes always mess up with us. Because,
Siapa nak?
I mean, because of us, human, their leader slipped. You know? If the human, let's say to Adam and Salam, Iblis in paradise. Forever.
Closer.
Closer. You can't.
So the Iblis is the leader of. They are so good. Iblis was so good. Allah raised up His rank with the company of the angels, and therefore we feel the Quran. I think that is the sixth story. I'm sure like you go part of the. It's a humbling. The story of Adam's angels and Iblis and Allah, because the intimate story, are repeated like 6 or 7 times in different chapters. Number one, Iblis, as that Allah revealed what is in his heart through Adam. In other words, creation. Without Adam, Iblis, as I said, remained in paradise. Now, this is a humbling reason being. Many of our problems, our disobedience or the way we react in disobedience of Allah Ta'ala, or we become overboard because of other creation. And for example, like you have a good day, you have good breakfast, car is running fine, everything wrong with it, you have a good sunny day, everything wrong with it. And then suddenly people cut you off in the highway. And you just lose it. You should lose it. Is that car is the creation? Yeah, that's not the creation. And if you lose it, we have a little, then we, if we come down, you said, Astaghfirullah, Allah, that's Iblis. Iblis, that's Shaitan. Because I don't know whether that one cut off. I don't have to know why, but I know you know. I know you know. That's why the magic word of Inna Lillahi wa Raji'un. I don't have to explanation. I accept it. It happened. I accept it. Iblis cannot do that. React. So Iblis is the leader of the jinn. In terms of the strongest jinn, is in the Quran. It's from Nahl. Namal, I think told the Namal, sorry, the Namal, is Ifrit. And Allah also used an example. In that, Allah, in other words, jinn, they just have reason to problem with us humans. Number one, the leader, Iblis, gone. Curse, right? Now, Ifrit, the strongest among them. And Allah, and Sulaiman asked the assembly, he said, who can transfer the throne of the queen from Yemen to Palestine? And Ifrit says, oh, I can do that before you sit down. And then Allah describes. Allah give a name to the jinn. Right? Al-Frit. He put a name. It's very important. No. Then Allah said after that, oh, among our servants that we give a book of knowledge, say, I can bring forth the blink of an eye. Before you blink your eye, then boom, throne is there. Did Allah give a name? No name. It's not a humiliation for the other. I said, SubhanAllah, this for jinn have always have issue with us. But at the same time, Allah also give us a God. Our God is nothing except angels.
Is that a human or a jinn?
Who?
The guy who can bring the throne within the blink of the eye.
Human. Allah didn't give a name. He just dies.
Yes, Allah. So he's stronger than a jinn.
So the question is a good question, but I cannot tell which I'm the best because it's used to I know, but now I don't know. That is a philosophical question. Yes.
I have two questions.
Yes.
Deketin mas.
We believe, I don't know, I believe that the Quran already been written before it happened. So the revelation gradually, and based on what happened, days, for example, like when that happened, and then the Quran will reveal the same thing what happened there. So everything is being written. So what is, I'm not saying the whole Quran or not accepting it. I believe is the weapon of the Muslim is the dua. Do you think the dua will be erected? Or
What's the question?
no, what I'm saying is everything is been written.
Too many echo. People cannot hear what you're saying. Too many echo.
So it's already been written. So now is things happen, and then we've been taught by the prophet and all the thing. Just making the dua. So dua making a bad thing or something that you're not expecting to become different. Now is, I believe is Allah accepted, or I don't know, Allah, what I'm saying is Allah will grant that in terms of that. So the question is like, well, if things happen like that, why we have to work? Why we have to wait? Why we have to fast? Why we have to, it's so many different things that's already been written. And Allah said already the Quran. Send it, and then based on the history and things happen, and then okay, this is the surah for you. I said, well, in that case, well, I don't know. So we just asking for prayer and things like that. The second one is I have a question. According to Musa, right? I don't know if this is a stupid thing or not. But the question is, so let's say somebody found those things. When the Musa is open in the ocean, and then out of the blue somebody finds those things. Do you think it will be the same miracle happen with the Musa and somebody else have it? You're not talking about the stick. That open the ocean. When you open the ocean, that's what you can explain.
Let's go by the stick.
I got the easy question. Ask the question first. The snake will never happen. That Allah, that Musa alayhi salam, we call it like a stick. The magic is not the stick. The magic quote unquote is from Allah. The first question is that's actually one of the questions of many debate of many early Muslims. In other words, what shall I do then? Everything already known, right? And this is one of the tricks of Iblis actually, or Shaitan. He said, azaibi, do you know if Allah knows that you go to paradise? I said, yeah, I know. Allah knows. Do you know that if you go to hellfire? I said, yes. Then they said, then we said, if you assume that you go to paradise, what are you so worried about? You're in paradise. Now I was scholar said, if this happens, this is basically the last trick of Iblis. This is the last, after the other thing. This is the last strategy. Because is showing that our scholars also face this question. So they said, if Iblis said this, he said, yes, Allah knows everything. If I want to go to the paradise, I want to be obedient to Him because I want to go to higher paradise. Right? Now, if I know, if Allah, not if, Allah know that, let's say I go to hellfire, then I want to go to hellfire as an obedient, humble servant. That's the response. Now, after that, this is the Imam Abu Hanifa in the short book called Fiqh al-Akbar. The name is fiqh, but actually is a fiqh of the heart, is a tawheed. Usually the Shafi is fiqh is a jurisprudence what haram halal. But in Hanafi school, this fiqh akbar referring to the only text I think written by the Imam Hanifa. This is a short treatise of Aqidah. He said, and it was faced the same question during those days. He said, Allah knows, like in the Quran, they say Allah knows what happened to me and the whole world, but it's not a command. It's khabar. Allah knows. He doesn't command. Let's say I'm going to pray Zohar in a few minutes, right? Inshallah. Allah knows, but Allah never commanded. Like for example, I decided not to pray Zohar, for example. Let's say I decided not to pray Zohar. Allah already knows. Now the difference is, Allah knows that I will pray Zohar. He knows it. He's happy with it. He's happy with it. But he knows that I'm going to not do this whole. He knows it, but he's not happy with it. But the choice whether I'm going to pray or not, he already knows my choice. But the choice is me.
Free will.
Yeah, it's free will. Therefore, because there are many, I have many of my colleagues, some ask me at work, why you work so hard? Why you want to work so hard, like you pray and you make your work as a worship? Because if you want to paradise, go to paradise. Allah already knows. You just only you have confused understanding of destiny. Because destiny is, you have to put it into, destiny is about Allah, knowledge, but not about me. So therefore, and this actually very powerful argument. That's why I said, knowing the Quran, talk about Adam alayhi salam, like Hijrah, we don't know much about Adam alayhi salam or the Prophet, but the Sirah, the texts are preserved, especially after the Prophethood. There are many Sirah regarding our mother Khadija before Islam. We don't know much about it because not many people are interested in it. But the moment the Quran revealed, Muslims start basically memorizing. So much so they want to record. Actually, Allah doesn't want them to write down the Quran because confused between which with hadith with the Quran, right? At a certain time. And therefore, the writing of the Quran, Abu Bakr have a problem with it. No, the Prophet never did it. Never did it. I can't do it. So the point of that is, so in the hijab we know very detailed. And the reason why it revealed step by step, the best experience, the high experience Islamic understanding, like the certainty by knowledge, certainty by observation, certainty by experience, right? Not all the Quranic verses reveal with as from nuzul there is a certain story, no. But most of it, especially with the law, it comes with a reason. There's a thing going on, right? And if I indulge one of the slides, I talked about the bottom. Next one. To answer your question, I'm using this example. Next one. Next.
Oh, this is
down. Next.
The one that the story of how Allah honor. Well, after
Before that.
there is a companion of
Oh, the company.
the companion how we go out. Because it's interesting to know the name. Go out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, down, 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 down. Yes. See, this verse is the story of Junda ibn Damra, radhiallahu anhu. You know what the story is? Ayubi tell you the shift of between the command, the persuasion to the hijrah, to the command, right? To command, become wajib for the companion to go to Medina. This companion is a Muslim in Makkah. He's blind and old, and he listened to the command. And he said, I'm not going to allow any excuse to not to go to Medina. So he asked his servant to carry him on a stretcher, carry on the outside of Makkah, on the way to Medina. And then of Allah mercy, he falls sick, really sick. And he intended to go to Medina. And on his death, and better he's dying, he put his hand like this. He said, this is like the part, this is my hand of Rasulullah, this is my hand. I make a bay'ah. I pledge to Rasulullah, I'm going to Medina. Of course, he cannot do it because he's blind and sick. He died. So the companion in the Medina heard this. They're so sad. I mean, this guy is sick and blind and old age. This verse, if you look at verse 97 just now, make it wajib, right? This verse revealed after he died. Verse 90 and 99. In other words, after the command, Allah said, accept helpless men and sick and so on. In other words, this verse, through his life, Allah revealed a verse, give excuse. Who cannot go, the obligation of hijrah is lifted. Therefore, the Quran is really this case as nuzul because of this incident, so that the companion will remember the verses to the story. Because the more the story, a verse, it's just like when you memorize the Quran, you understand the meaning. It's easier to memorize, especially then easy to connect the story, right? Instead of knowing nothing about the story, no understanding. It's the same thing. So the point is that when the Quran was written, what is written, the Quran itself, as we describe the story of the Muhammad Sallallahu until he died, right? Until the last point of revelation, we can say to ourselves, Wallahi, you are beyond imperfection, subhanallah. Because everything that you've been written, everything is revealed according to it. Exactly. So this is a destiny. So therefore we can apply in our life. Because then I can say to myself, Allah, you know what happened next to me another 1 year, 1 hour, 3 hours, 1 year. I don't know it. To my iman, right? Therefore when something bad happened, by saying Inna Lillah, it brings more meaning to that. It catalyzes this understanding. It said, oh, now I know, I discover the book, my book been written. I understand. Like yesterday, we're not sure whether we are here. But now we are sure all of our book, we are cross-referenced. Every one of us are here in this coordinate, X, Y, Z coordinate, correct? We know now our book is crossed. But I don't know now the next hour. And that is showing the stupendous perfection of Allah Ta'ala. In other words, the word when you said, Wallahu Sami'un Alim, there's an Arabic word. Alama is to know. When Alim, Allah always knows absolutely at all time. And I use it all the time for language of the human being. Because Allah is not connected by that time. You follow me? Allah knows everything absolute. When he said Allah is Sami, he knows everything. So we start to understand, we read the Quran, we read the story, we start to know who Allah is. We start to know. And when you say that Sadaqallah al-Azim, with understanding, with humanity, and then when you pray, when you pray, easy to have khushu. You know, the problem with us is we're distracted. You know how many times in the masjid, sometimes beside you, sometimes you can see them while doing their field. They pray the whole salah like one action, standing, ruku, iqtidal, sujood, sitting down, like slow, like a dance. Ouch! The person doesn't understand. When you do ruku, it meant for ruku, so you have to have a tamaknina to ruku. When you to stand iqtidal, you have to intend. You know, like, oh, I'm going to switch off the light. I'm on my way up anyway. I need light. So this is, I mean, sometimes, you know, like you see we pray like this. You're in the middle of Fatiha, we do like this. Why is that? Because we don't understand. The Fatiha that we reciting, the Imam that recitation, what it means, the history behind it, the meaning. And basically, I summarize it like this. Our writers for this session is very Indonesian and Muslim. Malaysia knows it very well. Our Syekh Dr. Jalani, right? You know what Dr. Jalani? He said this phrase. He said, when you do this, like in Salah, like this, he said, oh my servants, is it something more important than me? Basically, Allah tell me, azaibi, you are doing more important than talking to me? It's serious matter. And this is the reason why Muslims, as we are now, we have been tested, because yes, we don't, not because we are lack of power, not because we are lack of brain, lack of money. Very simple. Our aqidah is not very certain, and our salah has no fruits. I'm not saying our salah is invalid, no. Our salah is no fruit collectively. Because salah, Allah described as salah that tanha anil fahsya wa munkar. The salah that prevents a shield from shameful act and injustice. We have, I have to say that I'm a masjid management. Masjid management sometimes do crazy things. We abuse our family, still refuse to resign. It's known by the court of law. We are guilty of abuse of family. And Westerners and our children testify in the court of law. And we still have the audacity to run a masjid, to run Islamic organization, and have the audacity to fundraising for the sake of Allah fi sabilillah. I said, what have we become? These are our problem. Because that's why the message always, what we learn, or Quran, Hadith, or even sciences, or geography, whatever, it has to tell us to know who Allah is. You have to do that. Otherwise, you're missing the boat. Because everything is Allah acts. And by studying it, especially the Quran, is Allah's words. And we have to be about His tawheed and His reality. So, what I think my last point is,
Aqidah Iman is a very precious and the most powerful influencer in our life. If we cannot say that to myself and I can experience it, and my people around me can experience that Iman, the fruit Iman, then I'm in trouble. And all of us never will be able to say, I have enough Iman. No. Every one of us are work in progress. The best we can do, we remain humble. Humble, humble, humble. And therefore, as the message of the Hijrah, for example, it teaches us, is Muhammad and Abu Bakr can work together as a team of the non-Muslims in Hijrah. Why we Muslims cannot sit down in the interfaith dialogue, can work together with our neighbor, and include our neighbor and non-Muslim around us in our dua? We have to, because we are the closest to Muhammad to Allah for them. We have to include non-Muslims, including in our dua. We have to in our salah. Yes, we do dua for our friend in Gaza and all of the places and visible musta'afin or whatever, but we have to include non-Muslims. And one of the dua that we always have to say, رَبَّنَا تَجْعَلْنَا فِتْنَةً لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Oh Allah, do not make us, as a fitna, as a wall against the non-believer, to know from you, to know Muhammad, to know you. And that is the most scary part, because this is a thing that is humbling, because sometimes because I do my prayer in my office. I do my dua in my office. I include a prayer for my colleagues, because I fear in the day judgment, Allah asks them, why aren't you Muslim? We don't know. Do you know azaibi? That's your friend is a Muslim. And I scared what they will say. If they say, he do exactly what we do, and even worse. His speech is worse. His cursing is worse. So what's that? Then I'm in trouble. And as antidote, then I have to beg Allah Ta'ala not to make me the fitna of them. We have to. And that, I think, the reason why we are in America, right? We are in America for that reason. It's enough a reason to be in the United States. Regardless whatever other people treat us, we have to be people of Muhammad, people of this nation that have a big heart. And Hijrah tells us we have a big heart. And again, I break my promise. My last point, Hijrah, to all three was ponder. What is the first words Muhammad Sallallahu when go to Kuba? We said, spread salam, eat the poor, and pray at night when everyone is sleeping. What is the majority of people in Medina? Non-Muslim. Yet he had the courage, he has the love of the dream. The dream, he said, spread salam. Now, in our country we came from, even Muslim of different sect, not safe. Forget about non-Muslims, right? So therefore, we have to be careful. So Hijrah teaches so many lessons, so many things. And the most important that Hijrah relevant is, we have to Hijrah from what? From further from Allah to get near to Allah. May Allah make it easy to do that. الحمد لله حمدا يكفي نعم الكافر نزيدا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله
لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم ولا حكم بالحق العظيم. اللهم صل صلاة كاملة وسلم سلاما تاما على سيدنا محمد تنحل بالعقد وتنفرج بالقرب واقضي بالحوائج وتنبي الروائب وصحواته ويستغفر الإمام بالكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين في كل محل ونفذ بدعم معلوم لك. ربنا تقبل منا إنك سعدي وتب علينا إنك تواب رحيم. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولوالدينا وارحمنا وربنا الصغير ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات المسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء والأموات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا إنك رحيم. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا خاسرين. لا إله إلا سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للكفار واغفر لنا ربنا إنك أنت الحكيم. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك لا تقضي عليك وإن جل من وليت ولا يعز من عاديت تبارك ربنا وتعاليت ولك الحمد على ما قضيت ناصرك من تقوليت. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أيد الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أنجز وعدك نصر الحق والمسلمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم لك الكفرة الذي يصد عن سبيلك ويكذبون رسلك ويقاتلون أولياءك. اللهم اخلف بين كلماتهم وزلزل أقدامهم وفارق جمعهم وخلف بلادهم. اللهم ألق في قلوب الرعب. اللهم أنزل بهم بأسك الذي لا تدعك المجرمين. اللهم أنزل بهم بأسك الذي لا تدعك المجرمين. اللهم أنزل بهم بأسك الذي لا تدعك المجرمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في غزة وفلسطين وسوريا وكل مكان. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في غزة وفلسطين وسوريا وكل مكان. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في غزة وفلسطين وسوريا وكل مكان. اللهم بارك لهم في مصيبتهم واهل في مصيبة الخير في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم بارك لهم ورزقهم فضل ورحمة. ربنا لا تجعلنا جائعا إلا أطعمته ولا فقيرا إلا أغنيته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا ضالا إلا هديته ولا ميتا إلا رحمته. اللهم إنا نسألك التثبت في الأمر ونسألك التثبت والتثبيت في الأمور وعزمنا الرشد ونسألك شكر نعمتك وحسن عبادتك اللهم إنا نسألك خلقا مستقيم. اللهم إنا نسألك قلبا سليما ولسانا صادقا ويقينا صادقا ونسألك خلقا مستقيما ونسألك خلقا مستقيما ونسألك خلقا مستقيما وأسألك من خير ما تعلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما تعلم. اللهم إنك على العلم الغيوب. اللهم صل على سيدنا ربنا تقبل منا إنك سميع عليم وتب علينا إنك غفور رحيم. سبحانك وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أتوب إليك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلاة تنجينا بها جميع الأهوال والآفات وتقضينا جميع الحاجات وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات وترفعنا بها عندك أعلى درجات وتبلغنا بها أقصى الغايات من جميع الخيرات وعيد والممات. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلى الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. سبحان الله وبحمده أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
So let's get this ready. Fasten up. Alright. Yeah, you can eat first. Eat first or something? Then this is already done yet? Already. Oh, like that.
It's an oil.
Oh, yeah. No worries.
Got 3 hours of football yesterday.
You did?
Yeah.
Who you play with?
We got a group that plays on Saturday morning.
Every Saturday morning?
Yeah,
Soccer or like
football.
Oh,
American football.
alright. You guys, I don't know the rules, but you like if you like a linebacker or something.
Yeah, we don't. We only have receivers and defenders basically.
Yeah, but it's not like super rough, right?
No, it's flag.
Okay.
You ever seen flag football? You know what that is? So instead of like tackling people, you wear these belts that have like these strings of fabric on them with Velcro. And then so the way you tackle somebody is you pull off.
You pull up, you don't just
Pull off
tackle.
the belt. Yeah, you don't.
You don't. Okay.
Nyalain lampunya dong.
Yes, I need a cardio.
Yeah, it is good for that. It's like a lot of running up and down.